Shakira says she settled $15 million Spanish tax case to protect her children, not because she was guilty. Things are not solved by burning one public figure at the stake every year as if it were an Inquisition trial in order to recover lost prestige, she wrote in a scathing public letter. More than a year after reaching a settlement with Spanish prosecutors over tax fraud allegations, Shakira is speaking out on her contentious legal battle. The Colombian superstar avoided a possible prison sentence last year when she agreed to pay a $7.5 million fine in her tax fraud case. But in a new letter published in the Spanish newspaper El Mundo, Shakira, who has denied any wrongdoing, accused Spanish authorities of burning her at the stake in order to make their agency look better and said she only agreed to settle for the sake of her two young sons, Milan, 11, and Sasha, 9. In her letter, Shakira wrote that 2023 was a difficult year for her, as the media was watching her every move to catch her breaking down amid her court trial and her high-profile breakup with longtime partner Gerard Piqué. But the most frustrating thing was that a state institution seemed more interested in publicly burning me at the stake than in listening to my reasons. Well, I think the time has come to hit back, she wrote, before accusing tax authorities of making up a contrived story over her taxes to create obligations that did not exist. The star said that when she first started dating Piqué in 2011, she wanted their relationship to prosper, and because work obligations kept him tied to Spain, she made efforts to spend time there. Still, she said doing so created many complications, as it took her away from her own work. When she decided to live in Spain as an expatriate in 2015, the tax agency immediately tried to charge her for the past 10 years, she wrote. What seemed like a polite way of formalizing my situation turned out to be a trap, she said, noting she only spent 73 days in Spain in 2011, and the minimum established by law to be a tax resident is 183 days. A person who spends their time touring the world cannot have the intention of being a tax resident in a place just because the person they are in a relationship with at the time lives there. Shakira's tax evasion case dropped by prosecutors in Spain months after singer settled separate tax case. The singer was accused of failing to pay about $7.2 million in taxes. Shakira said she always fulfilled her tax obligations, and said that other investigations from agencies like the IRS found no issues. She accused Spanish tax authorities of wanting hunting trophies to help rebuild their credibility, and said they've done so by intimidating people, threatening them with jail, putting our children's peace of mind at risk, and putting us under pressure to break us. They wanted to make the public believe that I did not pay my taxes, when the truth is that I paid much more than I should have, she said, referring to the fines she paid voluntarily, that she says were unjustified. The Grammy-winning singer said she felt now was the right time to speak up as she felt the need to write her own narrative. There may be those who wonder why I am bothering to make these statements now. The first reason is my children. We have lived in an era marked by a tone of arrogance from the state, but bullying is not the same as giving reasons, she said. Things are not solved by burning one public figure at the stake every year as if it were an Inquisition trial in order to recover lost prestige. She added, no one can write my story for me. Just like with my songs, I sing to live peacefully again, to turn the page. Shakira was facing 8 years in jail and a fine of more than $26 million if found guilty. She settled the case in court in November 2023 with a hefty fine in a deal that also included a 3-year suspended sentence. In a statement shared with People at the time, Shakira maintained her innocence, and said she'd settled the case for her sons, whom she shares with ex-Piqué. Shakira is reportedly off the hook after tax fraud changes in Spain were dropped in prosecutors, just months after reaching a settlement with Spanish authorities over a separate tax dispute. The Hips Don't Lie singer, 47, had the latest probe into her finances shelved by a Spanish investigative magistrate on Thursday, May 9, the Associated Press reported. There is no indication that can prove that Shakira Isabel M. R. had consciously and voluntarily omitted information and documentation with tax significance, the court reportedly said. Shakira was charged with tax fraud in September linked to taxes filed on her 2018 income. She'd reportedly been accused of failing to pay about $7.2 million in taxes that year by using an offshore company located in a tax haven. A rep for the star, who has denied any wrongdoing, did not immediately respond to People's request for comment. Her case was dropped just one day after state prosecutors recommended an investigating judge do so, as there was not sufficient evidence of the crime, and the ruling will be final if not appealed by prosecutors within a week, per the AP. Shakira settles Spanish tax fraud case with the best interest of my kids at heart. In a separate case, Shakira agreed to a settlement with Spanish authorities in November after she was accused of 6 counts of tax fraud for failing to pay about $15.8 million in income tax between 2012 and 2014, something she denies. The deal included a 3-year suspended sentence and a $7.5 million fine. She'd been facing up to 8 years in jail and a fine of up to $26 million if found guilty. In a statement shared with People at the time, Shakira said she'd settled the case for the sake of her sons Milan, 11, and Sasha, 9, whom she shares with ex-Gerard Piqué. While I was determined to defend my innocence in a trial that my lawyers were confident would have ruled in my favor, I have made the decision to finally resolve this matter with the best interest of my kids at heart who do not want to see their mom sacrifice her personal well-being in this fight, she said. Shakira charged in second tax evasion case in Spain for allegedly failing to pay $7.1 million in 2018. I need to move past the stress and emotional toll of the last several years and focus on the things I love, my kids and all the opportunities to come in my career, including my upcoming world tour and my new album, both of which I am extremely excited about, she added. I admire tremendously those who have fought these injustices to the end, but for me, today, winning is getting my time back for my kids and my career. Still, Shakira maintained her innocence in her statement. Throughout my career, I have always strived to do what's right and set a positive example for others, she said. The star also criticized tax authorities in Spain, whom she claimed pursued a case against me as they have against many professional athletes and other high-profile individuals, draining those people's energy, time, and tranquility for years at a time.